sap. I saw a bee, 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 up in the tree, 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 tree.
Story 1. A shark stole my pants. Tommy stands in the river, his hand held high. Ready, go! He yells, his falling arm setting off an explosion of watery blobs. My cousin Chris springs out to the lead, wading through the waist-deep river like a giant running in slow motion. His sister Natalie disappears beneath the murky surface. When she pops up, she's right on Chris's tail, and then she vanishes again. I'm coming third, and I've never wanted to win anything as much in my life. My way is to swim like an Olympian, pretending I'm a cross between Ian Thorpe and Grant Hackett. Ian Hackett, I decide. Or maybe Grant Thorpe. Whoever's faster. And coming up behind is Tommy, my big brother. He gives us a head start as he's tall enough to run, his high knees splashing brown water. In front of us, floating quickly with the current, is a prize we're chasing. If I can hold that prize in my hand, I'll be the happiest boy in the world, and it'll be worth more to me than a stick made of gold. What we're chasing is a stick made of wood. A shriek cuts through the air like a wounded cat. It's Chris, who stops to examine his left foot while hopping up and down on his right. Knowing this river, he could have stepped on anything. A rock, a bone, even an eel. But I don't slow down to find out if he's all right. Instead, I sail past and think, I'm coming second. Natalie must have swallowed some of the murky river, because the next time she pops up, she's coughing like an asthmatic. I put on an extra spurt and overtake her, the current pushing me towards the stick. Yes, I'm in first place. Because my sister Katie is too little, she doesn't play. She acts as a one-person cheer squad, willing me on to certain victory. Go, she cries. I'm going, I think. Go, Tommy! I consider grabbing a handful of muddy river bottom and throwing it at her, but I don't have time. I can hear Tommy's big feet splashing up behind. I'm now so close to the stick, I can see its bumps and blotches. So close, I could almost reach out and grab it. Hey, I yell. Someone has reached out and grabbed me. Stop that, I say. It's Tommy. He's holding on to the back of my togs. I swivel my hips to try to escape, but he's too strong. He's laughing, which makes me even madder. But no matter how much I squirm and struggle, I can't get away. Then, clear as the summer sky, I know what I have to do. If I dive forward, I'll slip out of my togs and out of Tommy's grasp. Only trouble is, I'll be naked. I hesitate, not liking this idea very much, especially not in front of my cousins. I try yelling once more, "Let go of me!" Tommy does. He spins me around like one of those hammer-throwing dudes and flings me upstream. Luckily for my limbs, I land in water, but it doesn't stop me getting a giant wedgie. When I surface, I see Tommy holding the stick high in the air. Yay, Katie yells. So unfair, I cry. I would have won. Danny's a sook, Danny's a sook, chants Katie. I reach down and grab a handful of muddy river bottom and let it fly in the direction of my annoying little sister. Chapter 2. After getting pelted with mud, sand and water by Tommy and my cousins for accidentally chucking mud in Katie's face and making her cry, I sulk. I hate them all. Tommy for beating me, Katie for being her annoying self. and my cousins for being so good at throwing stuff. Chris lobbed a mud grenade that exploded in my ear. I retreat to my own corner of the river, where I can forget their silly chase the stick game and enjoy nature. Then a mosquito bites me, and I decide I need something to do, so I can forget nature. I think up a game. I know, I'll let something float down the river, and then I'll catch it. It'll be a bit like the game I play with the others, except this game will be better, because I'll win. Every time. I look around, but can't find any sticks. There are a few rocks, but they don't float so good. Then I have an idea. I'll use my pants. I slip off my togs, let them go under the water, and quickly catch them again before the current can take them too far. And because the river is so murky, no one sees what I'm doing, which is the best part. It's like having a secret that nobody knows but me. It's also kind of fun to be swimming in a river without pants, like I'm free. As my confidence grows, so does the distance I let my togs travel. For my grand finale, I decide on a 5-meter super catch. My hands are cupped, ready to make the grab when Natalie yells, "Snake!" I'm only distracted for a second. Natalie's smiling face makes me realize it was a trick. But by that time, the shorts have slipped through my fingers like a greasy pig. I waddle up the river looking for them, my hands combing the bottom. But it's like trying to find a 4-leaf clover. All I drag up are rocks, mud, and a rotting log. After a few minutes, I know it's hopeless, that they're gone forever. "Okay, time to get out," says Tommy. I start to panic. Just a bit longer," I say. None of the others know that beneath the brown surface lies a naked me. I need a few more minutes to come up with a plan. "No," says Tommy, "we're late already." I hate how big brothers are always in charge. I have no idea what to do. In about 5 seconds, I'm going to have to walk up the bank without any pants on. And the worst thing is, I didn't even bring a towel. If only I could think up ouch! A sandfly bites my arm. And then it hits me like a mud bomb. The best idea I've ever had in my whole life. "Ah!" I scream. Everybody looks at me. Something just grabbed my togs and ripped them off with its teeth, I yell. "Yeah, good one," says Tommy. "Just get out, will ya?" "I'm serious. It's taken my togs. It swam away with them. I think it was a small shark or something." "What?" asks Chris. "A shark!" I scream, using my best acting voice that'll probably turn me into a movie star one day. "It's ripped off my pants." "Wow," says Katie. "That's amazing." "How big was it?" asks Natalie. I hold up my hands as wide as possible. "I can't wait to tell my friends at school," she says. "I wish a shark would steal my boardies," says Chris. "That'd be wicked." Tommy doesn't say anything. As for me, I can hardly believe it. My plan has actually worked. Chapter 3. All the way home, with the t-shirt wrapped around my waist like a skirt, I answer questions about the shark. What did it feel like? Sort of slimy, I say. Were its teeth sharp? Yeah, real sharp. Like scissors. All this attention makes me feel special. Although there's another feeling in my tummy that, although I try, won't burp out. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. Sharks bite differently to dogs, I say, sounding totally sure of myself. It's probably because they're an older species, like the dinosaur. Is that right? Asked Tommy, raising an eyebrow. Yeah, I say, a bit less sure. By the time I get home, both the lies and the funny feeling in my tummy are growing. And I'm kind of hoping that the smell of food and the yelling of adults will help everyone forget about my adventure. Although it's fun being a hero, I'm about ready to go back to being a normal kid. It's less stressful. Chris runs up to his father, my uncle, who's sitting with Mum on the patio drinking tea. Guess what? Daddy saw a shark in the river. A real one. When I was a boy, there were quite a few sharks in the river, Uncle Mick says through his bushy beard. Haven't heard of any sightings in years, but it's possible, I suppose. And soon, I find myself repeating the same story. Although it's harder, because I have to remember what I've already said. I must do okay though, because even Mum believes me. Sweetie, are you alright? She asks, her long fingers stroking my hair. It feels nice. I'll live. I have a friend who writes for the local paper, says Uncle Mick. I could give him a call. Me? A newspaper star? It sounds cool. Then I remembered that those newspaper writers are supposed to be good at figuring stuff out. Don't worry, I say. I don't want to be a bother. No bother. Newspapers love stories like this. Probably put a photo of you on the front page. I don't know what to say. If I argue, everyone will know I'm a fake. Tommy speaks up. Daddy's pretty shy. If the kids at school find out he lost his shorts, he might get embarrassed. My uncle looks at me. Really? I nod. Yeah, I don't like being naked. Uncle Mick's still stuck on the idea. People should know about this. What if the same shark eats another kid tomorrow? Won't you be sorry then? I can't think of a comeback. It wasn't big enough to actually kill someone, says Tommy. Was it, Dan? Nah, I say. Only big enough to rip off my pants. Uncle Mick doesn't look convinced. Chapter 4. The next afternoon, we kids go back to the river. I don't want to, but my cousins have come over specially, and everyone insists. I want to see the sharky, says Katie. Don't swim, Mum says as we set off. It's too dangerous with the shark and all. We'll just have a look, says Tommy. As we trudge down the hill, the funny feeling in my tummy is back, worse than ever. The river has dropped since yesterday, so it's a bit hard for me to show them exactly where the attack happened. Nevertheless, I do my best. If we can't swim, the least I can do is scare a bit of fun into them. I explain again how sharp teeth grabbed me and pulled me up the river, how I struggled against a man-eater until I realized it was either my pants or my life. What's that? Interrupts Chris. He points to a piece of black material that is stuck on a sandbank about 20 meters downstream. I don't know, I say, but really, I do. I'm going to get it, says Chris, bolting down the bank. No! Tommy and I yell at the same time, but Chris doesn't listen. He's got his heart set on having his own adventure, of being able to tell people about the time he swam in shark-infested waters. He rips off his shirt mid-stride and leaps into the river. Using his favourite giant in slow motion running style, he's out to the sandbank faster than a... Shark! Yells Natalie, and panic stretches across Chris's face. Only joking, she says, giggling. Chris raises a fist at her and then picks up the piece of material. It looks a lot like a pair of shorts. Chris brings them to Tommy because as the biggest and the smartest, Tommy will be able to explain how a pair of shorts that looked just like the ones I had on yesterday ended up in the river without a rip or even a scratch on them. Tommy looks at me. I think they're mine, I say, doing my best to sound surprised. I think you're right, says Tommy. The others look from Tommy to me, waiting for an explanation. It's quiet for a few seconds. The shark ripped them off my legs. Not actually ripped them in two, I say. And everyone looks at Tommy because as the biggest and the smartest, he'll know whether or not I'm lying. The other reason they look at Tommy is that he always tells it how it is. He doesn't make stuff up, unlike some people. He's silent for ages before casting me a knowing smile. Yeah, that's what must have happened. But I thought the shark ate them, says Chris. Must have spat them out, says Tommy. Sharks only like skin and blood and stuff. Danny's shorts would have tasted disgusting. Katie giggles. Chris doesn't look convinced. Hey, I got an idea, Tommy says. Let's go for a swim. It's too shallow for sharks, so we'll be okay. Can we play the chase the stick game? Asks Chris. Sure, says Tommy. We play for hours, and I lose. Over and over and over again. But I don't spit the dummy. Not once. And as we walk home, I know that Tommy, the best big brother in the whole world, will never bring up the pants-eating shark again. And that's fine with me, because neither will I.
There's a shark in the river, yeah, yeah. There's a shark in the river, yeah, yeah. There's a shark in the river, yeah, yeah. And it's coming closer, oh no. There's a fin right there, yeah, yeah. There's a fin right there, yeah, yeah. There's a fin right there, yeah, yeah. And it's coming closer, oh no. Well, I was swimming in the river having a good time when I was grabbed so hard it rattled my spine. Before I could yell or run away, my pants had become a shark buffet. A shark stole my pants, it stole my pants. I felt like a fish that didn't stand a chance. A shark stole my pants, it stole my pants. Let's all do the no pants dance. Oh! Oh no. I'm gonna do a little freestyle, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do a little breaststroke, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do a little dog battle, yeah, yeah. But I think it's got my pants. And there's a shark in the river, yeah, yeah.